What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming today. We appreciate it. UFC 202 takes place Saturday, August 20th at T-Mobile Arena. Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor, and the co-main event, Anthony Johnson versus Glover Teixeira. Who has the first question?
Dana, where's
He's on his way.
Dana, can you tell me, I guess, what your feeling is right now? Once again, Conor McGregor is not here for the start of the press.
So we're starting without him. He has to start respecting people's time, man. Yours, theirs, mine, theirs, David Copperfield's, everybody's. We have only so much time in this room.
Does it concern you at all that this continues to happen? I mean, is there an issue that needs to be addressed?
Listen, we're having a press conference here. If it's over before he gets here, then it's over. Do you have any questions other than Conor being late?
Thanks, Dana.
Thank
Nate,
you.
If I could for you, Nate, you know, in the first fight, obviously a big win for you, but Conor did have some success early on the feet. When you see this fight playing out, do you feel like you're going to have to get through some early trouble again, or do you feel like you can handle things differently?
That's what we're here to find out.
Fair enough, and I guess I'll ask you, Nate. You know, you've been wanting these big fights, these big opportunities, big money. You get them, and then the guy that you're here with isn't, you know, doing the same thing you are, being here on time, showing up for the press conference. I mean, does that upset you that he's not here right now?
Nah, I don't care.
Fair enough, thanks. And just quickly, if I could, for Anthony, you know, it seems like maybe Jon Jones is getting back sooner rather than later. I know that you're kind of taking your eyes off him and said that maybe that fight might not happen, but Dana's kind of alluded to some good news. You know, are you starting to think about that fight, or is it Daniel Cormier? What do you think you get with the win here?
Hopefully I get Daniel. I mean, John got to deal with other people besides worry about me or me worrying about him, so I'm not really focused on John. You know, hell, before I get to Daniel, I got to get past this beast that's to my left over here. That's a Brazilian killing machine, you know, Glover. So, yeah, I'm just focused on that and not really worried about either one of those guys.
Thanks. I'll ask the same thing for Glover, if I could, please. I think most people consider this a #1 contender fight, but, you know, if you're able to get past Anthony Johnson, would your eyes mostly on Jon Jones or on Daniel Cormier?
Well, Daniel Cormier is the champion now, so, you know, that's why I ask if I with Anthony Johnson first, because he's the #1 contender, and, you know, I have to beat him so I can fight for the title, and after this fight, yeah, we fight for the title. Daniel Cormier, you know, already saying, I don't know, I didn't hear from him, but I heard that Dan already say that they're winning this fight to fight for the title. I don't know what's going on with Jon Jones, and I don't really care either.
Nate, it seems like this fight has a boxing match written all over it. What's your mentality in regard to, you know, being able to take his best punch and over the course of, you know, whatever it be, 25 minutes, being able to wear him down with your punches?
I'm a mixed martial artist. I like do kicking, grappling, everything. So it's a mixed martial arts fight. I always train hard to be in the best shape I can in and out of the season. So we're gonna have to get in there and see what happens in the fight. And that's what I'm here for. That's what we're all here for.
Obviously, the weight advantage you have is something that seemed to play a role in the first fight. How do you try to lean on that again and make sure that you know, repeat what happened in this one?
I don't know, it's not that big of a weight advantage when he was talking about coming up to welterweight, fighting Robbie Lawler and taking the belts and all this stuff. And all of a sudden I got 30 pounds on him and they're making excuses for whatever. He fought 145 pounds and 155 pounds his career, and I fought 155 pounds in my whole career, so it's, and I had a couple fights at 170, so I don't know how all of a sudden became this monstrous heavyweight against Conor McGregor, just because I wanted to fight.
For Rumble, over here is your right. You had said earlier this week, I think it was to Fox Sports, that you're kind of resigned to the fact now that you won't be facing Jon Jones most likely in the future, although that could be changing. If that fight doesn't happen, would that disappoint you? Do you want that fight?
Yeah, I mean, I want it. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to hold my breath and wait to find out.
And just for Glover, I don't know if you can see him on your right. Rumble's a guy that he's so dangerous. He has that one-punch knockout power. Does that change your strategy at all because there's such a low margin of error in a fight like that?
Yeah, of course, I have to be very aware of that, you know, and I know this guy's, you know, this fight is it's going to be a very exciting fight, man. You know, it could be one of the best fights of the night or the quickest fight of the night, you know. You know, like, you know, I say this before, we don't have to be here and promote fight and talking, you know, shit with each other. We know, we show the way we fight. We come in the middle of the octagon and we throw bombs, and this is the way this fight's going to go down. And of course, I have to be aware of the power that you have, and not get caught with one of those punches. Be quicker, be faster, and pressure him.
And then just for Dana, I know that there's still a cash out with John Jones, but will the winner of this co-main event get a title shot?
We'll see after the fight. We'll see how this fight goes, and then we'll figure that out next.
And then just last thing.
But obviously, these two are the two likeliest guys to have it. Yeah.
So I guess you guys will wait to see what happens with Jones before you decide? Or?
No, I wouldn't say it. We'll see how the fight goes.
And then just last thing, Dana, the last 2 weeks, a few groups have come forward trying to unionize fighters. I just want to know what the UFC's position was on that.
Whatever. I don't know anything about it.
Question for Anthony Johnson. Anthony, this is a strikers matchup on paper, but do you anticipate having a speed advantage in this fight? And if so, how much of a factor do you think that would be in the fight?
Yeah, I think I'll have the, you know, speed and disadvantage. But other than that, I think the fight is pretty much, you know, equal. And Glover's strong, I'm strong. Both of us are explosive and very powerful. So we'll see. You know, with a fight like this, when you got two guys who aren't afraid to throw down, sometimes speed plays a, you know, key role in this, and sometimes it doesn't. Just depends on who comes in. You know, who makes the least amount of mistakes in this fight. In my opinion, that's what's going to be the big thing with this fight.
And question for Glover. Glover, we're talking a lot about the fight on the feet, but we can't discount the possibility of the ground game. Anthony brings a wrestling background, and you've got jiu-jitsu. What part of your camp has been spent preparing for the possibility of that ground game, and maybe seeing some grappling from you that we haven't always had to see in the past because you've had so much success with your hands?
Well, I prepare for everything, man. You know, I know Anthony have some great wrestling, you know, and you know, I have some good wrestling as well, and I see, you know, see how the fight goes. You know, I've been in this sport for a while, so you know, I see where the fight goes. What's open, you know, if he let the open over there, I will try to take him down. I'm aware that he will try to take me down too. It depends of the opening, so I'm prepared for everything. So, you know, I'm not saying that I'm gonna stand there and strike with him or not take him to the ground. You know, this is an MMA fight. That's why it makes the sport so exciting. And when you fight a guy like that, you know, you have to train for everything. Everything. I bring wrestlers in. I bring kickboxers and you know, a lot of jiu-jitsu guys. So I'm ready.
And lastly, a question for Nate Diaz. Nate, you're a very difficult fighter to finish. That's only happened a couple of times. Obviously, Conor McGregor is going to believe he's going to win the fight, but how much of a miscalculation do you think he's making in saying that he's not only going to finish you, but that he's going to do it very early?
That's what he said last time. I think he got a lot of people around him and he's trying to pump himself up, and he's either lying to himself or to the world about his confidence, or trying to make himself believe it. But he remembers what happened in the last fight, and I think it's a little silly, man. Got pictures of me up in his garage with him punching me in the face. Who does that? That's like trying to make yourself believe something. That's all. I just think, you know, it's he's trying to hype his own self up, but when he goes to sleep at night, he remembers what happened the last time.
Thanks.
I have a question for Dana White. Just over here, Dana. To the other side, just over here. During the media scrum that Conor McGregor did, he sort of gave the impression that he won't be defending his title regardless what happens after this fight with Nate. I'm just wondering, where do you stand on that? Regardless what happens on Saturday, will he be defending his featherweight title?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Or giving it up.
Okay. And Nate, speaking of titles, obviously both the lightweight and the welterweight division has seen a bit of a shake-up. New champions. You've mentioned that you're looking for big fights, but after you beat if you beat Conor McGregor, will you be looking to possibly go for a title shot in one of those divisions and become champion?
I think those guys need to get to work and do a little something for themselves, because don't even know their names. They need to. I'm not interested in those fights. I'm interested in big fights, and maybe those guys should fight each other. We want to make history. They want to fight me and this guy. So do something with yourself first and make some noise and create something. Otherwise, they'll just fight another guy because he's got a belt. I don't think that's a very big deal.
Just my final question for Anthony Johnson. Anthony, if you get the rematch with Daniel Cormier, if you do beat Glover, how do you see that rematch going differently to your first fight?
Hopefully, when I hit him, he stays down. He doesn't get back up like he did last time. Make sure my wrestling, my grappling is on point, and just keep pushing myself to get better and better. And hopefully that time comes. So, y'all stop talking about Daniel and John. I gotta fight Glover, man. I'm tired of hearing that name.
Hey guys, Ron Kruk with Inside MMA. Question first for Nate Diaz. Nate, do you feel that you exposed Conor McGregor as a better talker than he is a fighter?
I didn't think I beat him, and I thought I could beat him the whole time. And I think that he's a good fighter and a good talker. It's whatever, And somebody's got to make a scene here because nobody else is. I thought I was doing that for years, and they weren't pushing him as hardcore. They're pushing him, but I think that he's a good fighter and a talker. But
historically, you haven't done a lot of press before your fights.
It's no punk ass compliment either. Fucking.
You haven't done a lot of press before fights. It's almost like you guys have reversed roles. You were in the media spotlight. You did shows like Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Kimmel Live. Can you talk about that experience?
Yeah, it was cool doing all that stuff. I would have. It's more fun to do stuff like that after the fights than before the fights, for sure. It's kind of hard to get on stage and joke around with Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Kimmel if you're like really looking to fight somebody in the future. It's not really a funny situation for me, but after the fight, after the matter, and everything comes out good, it's usually probably gonna be a better time. But I think it's a good thing for the fighters and the sports, and they're starting it like the sport's growing every year, and I think there should be a lot more fighters up there doing this thing because we're the top entertainers in the world. Like I said, we got NBA stars and football stars and actors that we grew up on, and rappers and stuff. Rock band, they're all the baddest people, entertainers in the world, and they're sitting there watching and talking about us at these fight shows, and it's like there's no doubt that we're the top entertainment in the world. So I think it's good, and I think it's going to keep going up from here.
And a quick question for Glover. Glover, you mentioned that you've been doing this a long time. You're a veteran of this fight game. As you come into this fight at UFC 202, you're the oldest fighter on the card. What's your mentality going in, and do you look at this as maybe possibly your final run at a UFC title?
I don't know. It's all relative. I feel great right now. I feel great, training wise, and in the gym. I told people before. I felt that great in my fights. Was like San Peru fight and the Maldonado fight. That's how I feel. I feel that great the way I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling in a very good shape, and I can't say to you, you know, what's the future holds. Like, you know, I don't know. Like Chuck used to say, you know, the day that I'm going to gym and I feel that I don't have on me anymore, I feel that I don't want to train anymore, and I feel I'm getting beat up by sparring partners, and that's the day I'm probably gonna call it in and quit, you know. But that doesn't happen yet, you know. I just keep fighting and keep that dream alive, man.
And final question to Dana White. Dana, if Conor doesn't show up to this press conference, will there be any repercussions?
He's showing up. He's in the room.
Very good.
Question for Nate. To your right. Conor has said in some media that over the last couple of days that you weigh around 200 pounds. Are you able to clear up how much you weigh?
Yeah, I'm right. 175, 200 pounds, something like that.
You also said that the game is going to change if you win. You told that to Yahoo Sports. What do you mean by that?
It's already changing.
How so? Can you elaborate on that?
People who follow the leader, they know how to do things.
Okay, and question for Conor. How are you, Conor? Are you able to clear up why you were a little late to the press conference?
I thought it was 1:30. I was told 1:30. Vegas traffic's heavy as well this time of year. I don't know. There must be a McGregor show going on because the place is packed out.
Are you disappointed it started without you, that you missed the beginning?
Look, no. These fucking press conferences again, I don't know what's... I mean, I've made... These press conferences have helped shape what this is, and then also they've almost got me fucking... They have got me kicked off cards before, so... Look, I'm just happy to be here. I'm ready to fight. That's all I know. Cut all the bullshit. I'm here. I'm ready to fight. You know you're going to get a fight when I'm here. You know it's going to be a show, so forget all this other crap and this timekeeping and stuff, you know what I mean? I'm here.
Okay, and just one more for you. Your coach, John Kavanagh, said recently that he believes that his reputation is on the line in this fight. Do you agree with that statement coming from him, and do you feel like your reputation is on the line a little bit as well, considering you asked for this one?
Look, we're confident in what we've been doing here. We've prepared. I'm ready for whatever this man has to bring. Bring his full camp. Let me see his full camp that he was talking shit about, that he was making excuses away, got the head slapped on for most of the fight. Let me see that full camp. I can't wait to see it. Bring the clinch, bring your jiu-jitsu, bring the whole fucking Stockton. I'm ready for whatever he has to bring.
Quick question for Nate. Nate, I'm to your left. Away. You know, with Dana saying that win or lose, McGregor will return to 145 pounds, I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that. I mean, obviously you're planning on winning this fight, but you did make some comments saying that the promotion did Conor a favor by giving him a rematch immediately. If you were to lose to him, now knowing that he would go back to 145, do you have any reaction to that?
Say it again.
Nate, basically, Dana has said that Conor will return to 145, win or lose. Do you have any reaction to that, you know, based on some of your previous comments?
They're trying to make an escape route.
And I guess, Conor, would you feel any obligation to give him a rematch relatively quickly, you know, just based upon the fact that you were able to get one with him right away?
The way it all panned out, I've got other business to handle after this fight, but make no mistake, it will be a trilogy fight down the line. It won't be straight away, but we will do it 3 times, 100%. Your whole team. Crackhead SS. You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. Super smash!
Come on and get your motherfucking ass with your whole team.
Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Now, what is you do nothing? Get the fuck out of here! Get the
face-off.